Hey, Lone Star. Good evening. How you doing? Your favorite game? Okay. Yeah, it's been a little while since I played it. A couple weeks at least. Glad I've returned to it. Yeah. I think I'm glad too, but we'll see very shortly. Right now, I have to kind of increase my demand for industry, which is blowing up pretty quickly. Let's see. Everything looks so bright and cheerful after you spent so much time in the snow map. Ah, okay. I don't know, that snow map you got looks pretty tight, man. I like that. I like the way that looks. You got a lot of interesting stuff going on in your city. Alright, so we have a lot of extra demand right now for industry and for commercial. And residential demand is still running kind of high. I just built out this new residential section here, I think last time I played. And I think we're already ready for some more. But yeah, I got to get industry and commerce running a little bit. So I had started this this farming area here last time I played, and unfortunately it failed right away because I built out the industry before I really had had a lot of labor to really, you know, work the farm. So I ended up putting the schools out policy. I built up this residential neighborhood here and put schools out there just so I could get, you know, some labor into this farm. But I had to bulldoze pretty much the entire farm. But it looks like it's starting to come back now, so I think maybe is the time for me to zone a little bit of a little bit more industry there. Maybe we can handle it now where we, you know, kind of built too much too soon before that. Hey, Hypo. How you doing? Stable entertainment only on City Radio. Lone Star says you finally finished Kojo Highway. Ah, yeah, that's right. I remember you were building that. You finished it off stream. It took a lot of work to get it just right. Okay, cool. Well, I'll have to come over and visit my highway namesake then. And hope it's not a road to nowhere, right? I'm doing all right, Hypo. Thanks for asking, man. How's your evening going?
Coffee. Fuel of the
all right, maybe we can build in a section here. Maybe this will work. Let's try that.
At Burn Bean Coffee, our environment is perfect for all of your work needs. There's no better place
so I'm not gonna jump too much too soon into this. Just build like a small section at a time and then see how it goes, and then another section after that, and a little more after that. So let me see. In the meantime, we need some commerce.
And let the productivity flow. Sippy sip coffee fans. Burn Bean Coffee. Get it while it's hot. I'm famous chef Tony McGoney, owner of Tony McGoney's Steakhouse. And when people ask me where I get my award-winning meat from, it's from one place. Meaty Bits. No matter
think we're kind of ripe to start building some more combos down the main drag here. I think I'm gonna do that. Let me zone a little bit there. See how that goes. A little bit at a time.
Why not be good enough for Joe Public's home house? Yeah. Get in touch with me.
Let me see what else is going on around here I need to deal with.
If it ever was alive, they can get it to you dead.
This is Cities Radio, the best music in the universe.
Trying to remember, how do I look at the let me think about that for a minute. Info views. I know what I'm looking for, and I don't even know how to express the question, Lone Star. I'm trying to think, how do I click on the industrial zone? What's the word I'm looking for? The maybe it's in city info? No. Economy? How do you click on? How do I bring up the policies that I have for that zone? How do I? Oh, there. Never mind. I see it right there. Policies. Here we go. Let's see. That's for city policies. How do I look at the policy for a specific zone? Maybe it's inspector? Districts. Maybe it's this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, so if I have that, and then there's my policies. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had really enabled schools out. Did I? Yes. Okay, so schools out's enabled. So it says citizens will prefer working over education, and only a small portion of the citizens will go to study in the university. Do the farms benefit from having gravel roads like you have near yours? I don't think it's a specific benefit, but since it was a farm, I don't know, for some reason it kind of made sense to me to kind of have the dirt roads, I guess. Plus they were kind of cheaper to lay out. Pot hypo? No, not unless there's a DLC I'm missing. No, it's just forestry here. Basically cutting down trees and sawing the lumber. Let's see. So I'm still running pretty high demand for all three of my my zones. Good touch. Oh, okay. It was pretty much a stylistic choice more than anything, Lone Star. You know what? Let me add some more. Let me put another industrial zone in. Since this is kind of starting to pick up a little bit here. I think I'll do this zone here. Alright, so we'll let that build up and see how that goes. And let's see, commerce I added here. Oh, that was quick. Boy, that got built up in a hurry. Let's take a look. What went in here? General store. Something building here. Corner store. What else? Another general store. Convenience store. Neighborhood shop. What's this? Looks like a restaurant. Yep. Big Bite. Alright, so that didn't take long to build up. I'm probably going to need to add some more residential pretty quick, the way this is shaping up. Alright, so Hypo, how's your Saturday going? You miss now that you've graduated, are you missing you know, the wild Saturday nights on campus yet? I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to build out here. What are you talking about? That's not occupied. Oh, I'm going to clip that house by taking this road across. Oh, that's too bad. Looks like a cozy town. Yeah, still a cozy town, I think. But at some point, we're going to have to start making room for kind of the big city, you know? Sorry. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to slightly demo that house to get this road in this way. Oh, that's too bad. Or maybe not. That's weird. That's like, depending on how I draw it. Yeah, it didn't cause demolition that way. That was weird. Alrighty, let's see. If I build this way, back and forth. I mean, it's going to be kind of dense, but I mean, our residential demand is pretty high. I think we're going to need dense. So add some residential in here and here. And what I'm also thinking about doing is purchasing this next tile kind of in this direction to the north, what I consider north anyway, and start planning on making that my downtown area. Let's see, we got some problems over here though. What are we looking at? Oh, people are sick. Hang on a second. Let's take a look. Why are people sick? Smart idea to put a roundabout at the entrance of the city. Oh, okay. Oh, you should have done that to yours. Yeah, that was a late addition. Originally this was just a main road coming off the highway, straight up into this main drag. This was the original part of the city, and then down to this part along the waterfront. And the traffic wasn't horrible, but what happened was when I started building out this this industrial section back here, I realized that I needed more support for truck traffic, and so just kind of watching some other videos on YouTube, I tore up the highway through here, and then I hand built this roundabout, mainly just to get these on and off ramps here into the industrial zone. That's the main reason I built the roundabout. And then my other thought was, what I was planning to do was, I was going to take an extension off of this main part of the highway, and I was actually going to do a beltway. So I was going to have the beltway kind of run up here and run kind of above ground, in the back line of this county here. And then I was thinking of kind of burrowing into the hillside, and then having the beltway come out of the hillside this way, go along the the waterfront, or maybe underground, and then turn back up this way, and then kind of connect back to the main entrance here. But the way this is kind of shaping up, so far I haven't felt the need to kind of build a full beltway yet. I might still branch off from this section just to kind of get more traffic into the forestry area as this industry starts building up a little more. But I'm not sure I'm going to actually need a highway beltway kind of into this lower residential section. But also, last time I streamed, I just bought this tile kind of to the east here, because the I don't know, I call it the county line for the original tile was like right at the edge of this residential section here. But I bought this section just to get more access to water, because my sewage is pumping here and it's kind of really filling up this harbor. And then just by the end of my last stream, now my water inlets here are kind of already getting, overrun by the sewage. So this is kind of not really working out for me in terms of my water situation, and I'm having a tough time solving that problem. Hey, Silk. Good morning to you too. How you doing? Yeah, you know what? That's probably why everybody's starting to get sick, because that's my main challenge right now, just trying to find fresh water for people. And need to resort to water towers. Oh, you know what? I forgot about water towers. I forgot that was a thing. How does that even... Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I was going to ask, how does that even work? Okay, water tower provides a water source for areas that do not allow a pumping station to be built. Okay. If a water tower is built on polluted soil, the water will get contaminated. The tower requires a drain pipe to work properly. Road connection not required. Okay. Silk says not doing too shabby. I'm doing okay, Silk. So maybe I need to eliminate the pumping station entirely. Okay. I guess the question is, like... Alright, so I don't need to... Let me read that again. So it said I don't need... Water tower requires a drain pipe to work properly. So I still have to connect it to sewage. So it has to be able to drain, it sounds like. Lone Star says because the pollution in the water will only get bigger as more people come in the city. Yeah. Yeah, problem with this map is I just don't have a lot of other choices for water sources. I mean, I kind of saw, you know, this area to the west, I mean, kind of going in that direction. There's water, kind of an inlet there. But that's really far, you know, and even if I looked at buying a tile to that section, I think my choices there are still limited. Let me see, areas. Yeah, see, even if I bought that section over there, it doesn't reach. So it still doesn't reach the other water. I'm kind of screwed on water sources. I mean, the other thing I could do is, I mean, I guess I could move my pumping stations even further this way. I mean, that's kind of the game I've been playing ever since I started building. Silk says, have you checked your water overlay? You should be able to see where the best place is to put a tower. Oh, okay. Let's take a look. Lone Star says, if I were you, I'd go water towers until you reach that other body of water. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't really have much of a choice, so I guess for triage purposes, we go water towers. And then that means I got to start building, buying that way till I can hit that inlet and get some fresh water over there, I guess. Or I could put my pumping stations over there, my sewage stations over there. Because my dream for this area really was kind of... I started building the first part of this town along this waterfront because I saw this as being a big recreation and tourist area. But, you know, this being the original tile, unfortunately I had to put both sewage and inlet here. And, you know, the sewage is kind of piling up pretty quick. But I'd still like to reclaim this waterfront for recreation at some point and get rid of these sewage stations. Alright, so to Silk's point, how do I know where's a good place to actually put the towers? Like, how does that work? I mean, I dropped that one there, but that was an accident. I probably bulldozed that. That was just a misclick. New sub, Hypo Junkie, offered by Blackston Nova. Hey, Beaston. Happy Saturday, Beaston. How you doing? Thanks a lot for the gift sub, Blackston. I appreciate that. How you doing tonight? All right, let's see. So. Sook says you could be thinking Sim City and not Cities Skylines. Oh, okay. Alright, so yeah, I've never placed a water tower before. I'm not sure how that works. Like how do I place it? Does it have to be by a road? Does it have to be... See, intuitively, I just don't understand water towers. I mean, can I just, like, stick it in the middle of my traffic circle? And, you know, how big of an area does it cover? I don't really get it yet. But I guess we place one for science, and then we see where we go from there, maybe, I guess, right? Hey, King! Long time no see indeed. I was wondering how you were doing. Sook says, no road connection needed, just put a water pipe to it. Okay. Alright, so how about we drop one like... right at the end of one of our existing pipes or something. Let's drop it here. See how that goes. And then... this was a mistake. I hate to waste the money, but let's doze that. And maybe one up here in this new industrial area. Maybe I'll place that. King says, have you been streaming lately and you just missed it? Yeah, a little bit here and there, King. You know, been doing the normal weekend streams. We streamed on last Saturday. And I had a little impromptu stream last night, Friday night. Just a little fun running gun and Unreal Tournament. I wasn't expecting too many people to kind of drop in and hang out. So it was just kind of a quickie. And another new gift sub to Blackston Nova. Offered by an anonymous gifter. Well, thank you, Anonymous, whoever that is, and congrats, Beaston. Thanks for the subs. I appreciate that, guys. Now I'm feeling kind of guilty because the subs are kind of starting to roll in on my channel, which is really nice. And unfortunately, I don't even have like my sub badges designed or anything yet. So I'm kind of behind on giving you guys value back for your subscription dollar, but I will redouble my efforts to kind of get that project worked out. Yeah, it's great to see you too, King. I was wondering how you were doing. Like I said, because I remember last time we talked, you kind of were dealing with some family funeral business and whatnot, and then right after the holiday, I don't think I talked to you too much. Hypo says that's all right. Oh, thanks, Hypo. Appreciate the patience, man. All right, so Sook says already getting your value for the money. You get to watch me stream. Thank you, Sook. I appreciate that. Well, if you can call it streaming, right now I'm just kind of derping through the noob phase here, but, you know, I'm kind of enjoying it.
At Banhammer Bank, we want you to trust us with your money, because it's with your money.
All right, so I'm thinking maybe somewhere up in the industrial zone we'll drop a water tower, and then I got to run a pipe to it, and then we'll see how that goes.
That's the plan, at least. Maybe that's too complicated for you.
How about kind of...
watering it. Hold on. Imagine if you had a...
how about something right here? It's kind of off the roads and it's right on the water junction.
Okay. You want to go money
And let's do
fishing,
that.
so you use a little money to catch a big money. You know, just come in and talk.
And we'll see if that helps. You know, I don't want my people getting too sick
what we really do with your
for
money.
too long.
Banhammer Bank. Feed the money monster.
King says you've been doing good. Need some tips on starting your city. What do you build first? Beeson says, oh my god, I can finally chat. Wait a minute, Beeson, you couldn't chat before? I don't think I have like on sub only on my chat or anything. King, what do you build first? Everything starts with roads. Roads are kind of the backbone to... let me unpause just to see what my results are. Roads are the backbone to everything else that gets built in the city. So basically, start with your roads, and the initial roads that you lay should be for residential. And Lone Star can correct me, because Lone Star has a lot more experience with Cities Skylines than I am. And he's also a very good City Skyline streamer, and his city is way more developed than mine, so definitely check him out when you get a chance. But from what I've learned, you know, in the time that I've been playing, you start with your roads, you zone residential first, because residential provides, you know, the labor for everything else that you have to build, you know, in terms of residential and, I mean, industrial and commercial areas. Ooh, we got a fire going. Where's my fire department? Oh no, my fire department's in a traffic jam. Oh no. They're sitting behind stinking logger trucks. Look at that. Oh, come on, guys. You can do it. The traffic pattern's not in their favor. They gotta go all the way around the block there because that's a one-way street. Come on, guys. I'm not even sure what that is that's burning. It's commercial, but I don't know what kind of building it is. Let's see, what is that? That's a drugstore. Oh, God. 12 employees. Thank God they put that out. Well, I definitely have to rethink the traffic through here a little bit. You know, growing pains and whatnot, right? But anyway, what I started to say, King, was, oh, you know what? Hang on a second. Let me pause the clock. Because my new residential area needs water also. So I gotta extend the pipes. Yeah, but lay your roads first. Start with residential. And from residential after that, then you can build up, you know, industrial and commercial. But you need a labor pool first to support those areas. Alright, so I need piping. And let's see, where's my pipe? My last pipe was in this area. Okay. So we'll just cover this area. Alright, that should give them some water. Let's see, in the meantime, this area here, they're still sick. They don't have enough fresh water, obviously. Maybe we need another water tower for this area? Try that, see if that helps at all. But yeah, I definitely have to do something about the pollution in this area, and I don't know how that's going to work. Alright, in the meantime, I think... Unfortunately, I got to move these. I'm basically playing a game of kick the can down the road with my water supply here. Alright, maybe we'll start with this one. And same here. Extend my pipes. And hope that works out for a little while. Oh, they need power though. Alright. So that helped for a little while. Let's see. Silk says still pumping out of the bay. If you don't want to bulldoze, then you can turn them off at least. Yeah. Let's see. King says start following Lone Star. Oh, GG, King. Yeah, Lone Star started hanging out a couple weeks ago. You know, I think after like the first or second weekend when I started streaming Cities Skylines. And then I started following him. He's, like I said, I'm learning a lot from him. He's a much better Cities Skylines player than I am. Yeah, no problem with the promotion, Lone Star. I mean, I started it, so all good. Alright, so man, their labor is really, demand is skyrocketing here, which is the same problem I had the first time. Really needing labor, so I gotta continue to build up my residential. Alright, so I'm going to, continue to zone out residential if I can. Which is too bad, because I was kind of thinking about leaving this section up here for another small farm, but until I can buy another tile, or until I do buy another tile, I'm kind of really, you know, residential is my priority. I really need more residential. Alright, so I'm going to connect these streets here. Sorry about that building there. And I think I'm going to zone a little bit more residential here. Around this area. Let's see, how can I do that? Try to... Tell you what, let me not do it from that area. Let me do it this way. Oh, not what I want. I want that straight is what I want. Bring it straight this way. Quite the aesthetic I was looking for, but you know what? That's okay. That'll do for now. Yeah, that's an unfortunate location there. Let me see if I can relocate that. That might work. Alright, then zone residential. Let's see. So let's run that. Yeah, I know. Y'all need people. We're working on it. We're working on it. Okay. Fill in here. Let them build up. Oops. That one. And all right. So that should help with residential. I don't know if it's going to be in time to keep us from having our businesses here, you know, failing. Because that was a problem we had the first time we laid out this area. Just didn't have enough people coming in quick enough. The other thing I should probably do is I should probably look at mass transit through that area. Actually, let me bring up... Where's that info view for mass transit? So we had laid on the last stream down some bus routes in and out of the forestry area here. So that you can kind of see that yellow bus line there. And then we have some connections with the other line. So we have this blue line that kind of brings people into the industrial area, kind of from the down into this residential area. And then we also built or laid out this green line that kind of goes down into this part of the residential area. I might need to extend that into the new area we just built. And then we had this red line that kind of goes up and down our main drag. So we have a lot of mass transit connections there. Right now it's just all surface transit because we don't really have a subway system yet. I don't think I have subways unlocked or anything like that. I had mentioned the Lone Star. Bus lines are vital. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the first mass transit that we have access to, so I figured it made sense for us to start laying down some routes. I think I need to maybe extend one of these routes, probably this green line, into this new residential area. So I might tear that up and see about... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to extend water down there. Or maybe I'll lay another bus line into that area. We'll see. Sorry, y'all. My bad. Let's see. So that's the existing water. Crap. That should be just enough to give them coverage. I mean, the one thing I do like about Cities Skylines versus like Sim City is that you don't literally have to lay pipe, street by street. What you really do instead is kind of lay pipe to cover an area, and that's enough to give them service. Basically the area that's shaded in blue. And then I picked up on a YouTube channel I was watching for this, where they said there's a trick where if you're looking to kind of extend coverage, like say for example, if I run a pipe off of this junction,
At Akia,
if you bring it out to where the construction cost works out to be about $440, when you then lay that junction and then turn it 90 degrees the other way, it will give you just enough coverage so that there's no overlap. I mean, that it overlaps without a gap to the section before it, which is what I just did here. I brought this out to 440 and then turned it that way. Hey, we hit a new milestone. So a new population milestone means new unlocks. 6,500 people in our town now. King says, what kind of music are we listening to? It's just one of the built-in radio stations from the game, King. I think you can have about 3 or 4 to choose from. And I switch it up from time to time because we get tired of the music. At least I get tired of the music. Lone Star says, if your budget can allow, increase your budget for bus lines to allow for more buses in a route. Oh, okay. You know what? That's a good idea. Let me do that right now. Lone Star. If I can remember how to do it. Let's see. Economy. And transit, right? Bigger the budget, the more buses are available in the city. Okay.
For nothing? Yeah, you do. What's the catch? There is one. Anyone who wants it can have it. You just have to ask for it. Our 3-day sleepaway camp is the perfect place to strike it rich. Who are we? Well, we're the #1 dream makers in the region. And you are a motivated, driven, confident
do you have a recommendation about how much would probably be a good idea, Lone Star? And also, the other thing that kind of confuses me is there's a day and a night budget. I mean, does it matter? Which is which? I mean, I would imagine it'd make more sense during the day because most people work during the day, right?
You're listening to Cities Radio, the best music from around the globe.
But let me see, King, to answer your question, you can see there's a radio selection here. And there's basically, you kind of get, looks like 4 radio stations. Which one are we listening to? So we're listening to this one, Cities Radio. I mean, this is kind of the default. It's just, the regular, kind of a real, I guess generic musical score. It doesn't really have much of a radio personality, but these other 3 are they perform more like radio stations with DJs and whatnot. And then this Gold FM, when you click that, they give you a warning because they say it contains licensed music, and they encourage you not to play that while you're streaming because you run the risk of having your VOD muted. Basically, is what that comes down to. So I think we listened to it for a few minutes last time I streamed this, but I turned it off because they don't really want you to stream from that. All right, so let me run that. Let's see. In the meantime, These guys are having problems with power. Alright, so let's see what we can do about that. And I need to go back and look at the new unlocks that we have. Well, they say they're having problems with power, but they should be covered. I might need more capacity though. Yeah, matter of fact, okay, our electrical capacity is in the yellow. I just built a new power station on my last stream, which is right here. We might have to build a second one. Either that, or we can increase its output with a budget increase. In fact, let's try that first before we build another power plant. So, I'll increase the budget for that. About 125, see how that goes. Hey, Daffies. Thanks for the host. Alright. So we'll do that. And see if that will help. Because we originally had two... What's the first generation power station you get, Lone Star? Is it, I think it's coal power, right? Yeah, you get the coal power plant first, and their output is 40 megawatts. But then, with my last population milestone, I unlocked the oil power plant, so they're less polluting, and their output was 3 times, 120 megawatts. So I replaced my 2 coal power plants with the 1 oil power plant. But it looks like already we're kind of coming up on hitting capacity there. Let's take a look at the electrical output. So we're back in the green, but only barely. We have to keep an eye on that, especially as I keep increasing our population. All right, so let's see. Okay, they're down here still complaining about water. Did we not finish water? Oh, we just missed them by a little bit. You know what? Let me extend down some more for water coverage. Right. Doesn't have to come all the way down. I just need to cover the new residential area. Let's see about that. So if I... Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit wonky because of the curve that we built, but that's okay. It should still cover us. Alright, we'll do that. Daffy's, how you doing tonight? Alright, let's see what else we got going on here. Garbage pile up. Garbage pile up. Alright, so we're also starting to fall behind on sanitation, it looks like. That's never a good thing. Let's see, there's my sanitation. Info view, let's see. Landfill use at 72%. You know, I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Is this... Oh, this one's doing emptying. Okay, is this one full? This one is full. Okay. So I need to start emptying that one. But this one needs to go back in service, right? How do I know when it's ready to stop emptying and start going back in service? Oh, okay, so it's 45% full. Let's see. Well, I guess I have to start emptying this one, but I'm not sure what to do. Silk says, you're off, tiredness has kicked in, hope you have fun and a lovely evening. Yeah, same to you, Silk. Good night to you too. Thanks for stopping by. Lone Star went to lurk mode, okay. Alright, well, enjoy your lurk, Lone Star. Alright, so let me see if I can figure this out. In the short term, I'm thinking... I think I should just build another sanitation dump. Let's see. Another landfill, so... How does that work? I know I have to build it adjacent to a road. Oh, for some reason, this one's not letting me place it. Slope too steep. It doesn't like the grading. Darn it. Let me see if I can fix that. How does that work? Shift terrain, level terrain, soften, and slope. Alright, I played with the terrain tools like this a little bit my last stream. I kind of needed that to get my power plant in. So I can't say I totally know what the hell I'm doing with them yet. But, let's see. If I can just get it, I don't know, reshaped enough to place another landfill, that at least allows to hopefully alleviate that crisis. Alright, let's see how this works. So, let's see. That'll be okay, so what do I do? Just A? It's kind of hard to do in the dark, too. I mean, I don't know. I hope this is working out. Alright, let me just try that and see if that helped at all. Oh, there we go. I guess that worked out. So there's our new landfill. So I think what I can do now is tell this one, the first one, to start emptying. Alright, how does that work? And this one is still emptying. I'm kind of thinking maybe tell it to stop emptying and go back in service because we need it right now. Yeah, they're complaining about garbage. They're complaining. Alright, hold your horses, hold your horses. We're working on it. Same here. Alright. Okay, so it looks like our residential demand is kind of starting to level out. But in the meantime, our industrial and commercial demand is still pretty high, so I need to start building some more businesses. And up here it looks like they stopped complaining about a labor shortage. So I guess they got enough workers coming in now. Let me unpause that. Let's take a spot check, see how they're doing on employment. 12 of 16 workers, they're doing pretty good. 16 of 16 workers. 14 of 16. Okay. Even the ones that got garbage piling up, they're pretty full with workers right now, so they're doing pretty good. Alright, I think we can handle putting in some more industrial zoning here. So like I said, the first time I laid out this area, I overbuilt, and we had basically too many businesses and not enough workers, and everything just failed pretty much right away. So we'll just build it out a little bit at a time, just a few more blocks, until we get this area working at capacity. Alright, so we'll see how that goes. And we still have a lot of commercial demands, so people want places to shop, spend money. So the other thing I had been doing is kind of along this new residential section, I've been peppering in industrial here and there. I think I'm going to continue doing that. So I'm going to make this, not industrial, commercial. So I'm going to make that a commercial area. Alright, so we're pretty full down here with commercial. I mean, I could put a couple more commercial lots here, but these are kind of really small lots. And I don't know that we'd get any real substantial businesses here. I mean, I guess we can try. Let's drop in a couple here and just see how it works out. Maybe get a couple nice mom and pop corner shops around there. You approve, Daffies? Alright. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, one thing I was thinking about was how my education situation is. I want to take a look at that. Because when we built in kind of the second generation of our residential neighborhood down here, we built basically this high school. But if I remember correctly, the high school was near capacity. Oh, it is. Yeah, now it is at capacity. 997 students of 1,000 capacity. So we're going to have to start thinking about building another high school soon. Let me look at the educational again. Alright, and then we had... See, this is our original elementary school here. And let's take a look at them, see how they're doing. 298 of 300 students. Yeah, they're pretty full. And where was the other one? We built the other one kind of here? Yeah, here's the other elementary school. And they're at capacity. So, we have some budget. We can definitely build some more schools, and we got to figure out
Gaze at a gazelle.
Where to put them.
Lock eyes with a lemur. Shake hands with a turtle. At the City Zoo, you can experience the wild in our wildest exhibition yet. Come down this weekend.
I'm going to say we need at least one more elementary school and definitely another high school. And, oh, we finally unlocked the university. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. We had a population milestone. And I didn't look at what we unlocked with that milestone. So let's take a look at that. So let's see. New areas, 2 by 2 kilometers. I'm not sure what that means. New features. We have taxation policies. Okay. New services. Level 5 unique buildings. Oh, and we can place metro stations now. Oh, okay, cool. So now we can start building a subway system. Let's see. Commercial specializations. Leisure specialization. Okay. Not sure what that is. We'll look into that. A lot of new policies, education, prison sentences, blah, blah, blah.
to the zoo again.
Excuse me, harsh prison sentences. Okay. That'll be interesting to see what that is. Let's see what else. New zones. High density residential now. Okay. High density commercial and office zones. Cool. So that will now allow us to start building up a more significant downtown area, which I've been looking forward to. In addition to that, we have some new building types. Incineration plant. That'll be a big help with our garbage situation. A university, which we just saw, metro stations, and prisons. So we got a lot of critical new building types. Let me save here while I got a shot. Before I do something stupid and forget.
This is Cities Radio. I'm L. You know, like the letter.
So let me pause for a minute. The next thing I think I'm going to want to do is we got to start meeting the additional education demand, especially now that our residential, we have new residential sections built out. So our newest residential sections are here, which is next to our forestry area, and kind of here, that we just built out right at the beginning of the stream. I don't think it makes sense for us to build a school up here necessarily, because we kind of have this area, Myrtle Square. I didn't name it. I think that was just named automatically when I first zoned it. But we set an education policy up there, and I'm drawing a blank on what it's called, but basically what it means is that we encourage people who live in this area to kind of skip higher education, so in order to encourage them to kind of go work, more blue-collar jobs, hopefully in this forestry area that we had just built out, which I know that sounds terrible, but, it is a game, so we're just playing the rules of the game. So technically, if I build a school up here, most of the students probably wouldn't use it, or I don't know that it would be used to capacity right away. It might go to waste. So I think it makes more sense for us to build our next schools kind of back in this area. So we're going to want at least one more elementary school, I would say, and another high school. And I have to start thinking ahead a little bit about where I can place a university. Because a lot of the industry around here is employing what they call overeducated workers as it is. And they only have high school educations. And in order to kind of start building some more of the high-tech industries, I'm going to need more educated workers, which means I'm going to need a university. And I have to start thinking about where to lay those areas. So let's see. First thing is, let me start with the elementary school, one thing at a time. So let's see, here's a budget. $10,000 for an elementary school. Upkeep of $160 a week. No noise pollution, which is good if I'm going to lay it in a residential area. High school is $24,000. Hey, welcome back, Lone Star. $560 upkeep a week. Zero noise pollution as well. So Lone Star, we're just thinking about now, because my education system is at capacity. I need to build a new elementary school and a new high school. And I just found out that we also just finally unlocked the university with our last population milestone, as well as high density residential and commercial. So if I can buy that tile that I was mentioning earlier, kind of to the north, I can start building up the downtown area. Lone Star says your elementary school and high school look different than yours. Oh, really? And the university. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. Maybe they change as population increases or something. Because let me show you. This is what my I mean, I have 2 elementary schools already. This is what my first one, well, this is my second one actually, but this is what my elementary schools look like. And then kind of right across this area, this is where I built the high school. So there's the high school here. And you're saying yours doesn't look like that? Go back to the education tab. Yeah, I mean, I guess these pictures look pretty much like what was built. Maybe they look different on PlayStation. You're on PlayStation, right? Not Xbox? Because I'm playing on Xbox. Alright, anyway. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where to put the new schools. I think I'm probably most tempted to put the elementary school up here somewhere. Kind of really close to the residential, the new residential section. Question is just finding, okay. I was going to say, the question is going to be just finding some place where it can snap in place. This might not be a bad area. Of course, if I put it there, it looks like I'm going to take a couple houses out to get it in there. I don't necessarily want to do that. I got a lot of room down here, but I'm thinking maybe this would be better for the high school. Oh, you know what? I kind of left this area open for expansion here. Kind of on the block adjacent to the existing high school, because I was thinking of building this up for more public services, like med clinics and things like that. We have a medical clinic here already. Maybe it makes sense to throw in another high school here. Although it seems pretty close to the original one, and something aesthetically about that doesn't really sit well with me. Let me figure out the elementary school first, and then I'll come back and figure out the high school. Alright, let's see. So I was looking at a spot here, but I'm going to end up kind of inadvertently bulldozing existing homes, which, on one hand, is like, hey, price of progress, right? But on the other hand, if I don't have to, maybe I shouldn't. Let me see. If I put it here, what kind of coverage do I get? Or maybe if I just put it here. I could probably slip it in the end of this block. But then if I want to extend this road out, I would have to move it, so maybe not. Also still have to remember I want to extend some bus routes in here. What about here? If I could just get it in there without taking out, not going to take out the house behind me there. Now it's got to go somewhere. I think I'm going to put it here. So whose house is that I'm taking out? It's a nice, for this area, kind of a nice big almost, oh, I was going to call it a McMansion, but it's really more like a rancher. Lone Star says, note, elementary schools hold less students than the high school, so you need almost twice as many to meet the need. Yeah. Yeah, I know, because the high school, well, at least my existing high school, we looked at it a second ago, it said 1,000 students, and the elementary schools are only, what, 400, I think? 300 capacity, and 1,000 for the high school, yeah. Alright. So the Chestnut residence, there are a lot of people living there. Good Lord, how many people do they fit in one house? 6 adults, 4 young adults, 3 teens, and 2 kids. 15 people living there? God. That doesn't look like a 15-person household, does it? Jeez. Oh, well. Alright, unless somebody wants to talk me out of it. Welcome back, Deffies. I think I'm going to put my next elementary school right here. And sorry, Chestnut household, but you guys are going to have to find a new place to live at the moment. Well, made everybody else happy. I'm sure the Chestnuts aren't so happy, but there we go. Alright, so that's our elementary school. So next we're going to place the high school. I'm feeling like, oh wow, that built up really quick. What I started to say was I'm feeling like we had enough land down in this area to build the high school, because it has a much bigger footprint. But that quick, since the last time we looked, a whole bunch of other residents moved in down here. Jeez. Well, I could do it differently. What I could do is I could extend roads and then build the high school on unoccupied roads. Because we just got our residential demand under control, and I kind of don't really want to, you know, bulldoze new houses right away. So I could build out like a street here and then add the high school right on the corner. I mean, part of me thinks it's kind of close to the existing high school. Maybe it shouldn't quite be that close. On the other hand, I mean, the demand is there, so maybe we just have to, you know, do the best we can for now. And then also trying to make a mental note. There's just a lot of things going on in this little city right now. That the other thing I want to do is I want to extend our bus routes into the new residential area. Let me take a look at that real quick. Because we did extend our bus routes to cover the high school area here and the second elementary school when we built out this secondary residential area. And so let's see, we just recently increased the budget, so we got the kind of this yellow zone into the industrial area. We kind of got this blue zone kind of going up and down the commercial area by the waterfront and into this residential area. And then we put the green zone down here. And then we have the red zone kind of going this way up and down along the main drag. So we have a lot of connectivity for mass transit, but I'm going to need to extend another route kind of into this area now that we're building it up. So I don't know if that means I want to just reroute the green line or if I want to add a whole nother line. So yeah, man, lot to think about, you know. Seems like a simple little game with some basic mechanics, but I mean, you gotta like plan stuff out, not to the point that, you know, you're obsessive about it, but you know, it's a lot of balls to juggle, so to speak. All right, so I think I like my last idea. I think extend the road here, for example, and then Alright, we're coming up to the end of the county line here. Eventually I'm going to have to buy this tile to what I'm calling this direction to the north. And that's really the area that I want to start laying out my downtown area, kind of high density commercial and residential. And this will just basically be our, primarily residential suburb. But if I extend the road out here, I should be able to build a high school into this area. So let's lay out a section here. Oops, wrong one. Straight tool, please. Let's try that again. And then I'm going to want... Well, first let me see if I can place the high school there, because that's mainly why I'm building that road. Man, that sucker's got a big footprint.
Dinosaurs. The only restaurant where the servers are dinosaurs. Our animatronics are so real, you'll think a T-Rex is serving you T-bone, a pterodactyl is serving you teriyaki, that a brontosaurus is serving you chili dogs. Every dish is an archaeological find, like our stegogetti, our raptor burger Rex, or the pile of crumbled sticky brownies adventurously named the Dino Droppings. So, take a trip into the wild at Dinosaurus. You can dine in or dine-o.
Haven't you been hearing more about disasters lately? I'm not sure if it's just me, but I feel like meteors and sinkholes just didn't happen as much when I was younger.
It's also kind of odd how...
Wasn't paying attention. One time, the street behind my house just disappeared.
how it only orients itself a certain way to the road. Because I kind of feel like I would want that side that to me looks like the long side facing the road itself, but it kind of doesn't want that side facing the road.
Italian leather, Italian threading.
Right, hang on a second. Let me see something. If I build another intersection, kind of going back this way.
And with an appropriate markup, bring it to you. Just because you don't have taste doesn't mean you shouldn't have pants. New apparel. Clothes, but not quite.
This is Cities Radio, the best music
And if
in
we
the
do that, I
universe.
might as well connect this up, right? Alright, let's try that again. So, now that I've got a couple intersections facing, can I get it oriented a different way? Well, it still only wants to orient one way primarily. That's kind of weird. Oh wait, there it turned. But I don't think I like it that way. How's the coverage here, though? So is that... Yeah, that should cover, it looks like, most of the new area, the new built-up area. And we're judging that by the streets that turn green with that placement. So basically, that's kind of showing, you know, that it would satisfy the residents in that area. Alright. I'm still not 100% satisfied with its placement, but I think that'll do. Oh, that made everybody happy. Look at that. Look at the happiness wave. Woohoo! Alright, now, before I forget, let me check my water and power coverage to see if the high school's covered now. Alright, so the high school's covered for water. And... let's see... power. Alright, so it looks like, yeah, power's connected there. Alright, so they should be okay for water and power. Let me let that run. Get that built up. And just in time for sunrise. Well, I think we just determined that way. I thought that was west. That's not west. I guess that's east, actually, because there's the sunrise. So technically that's south. Okay. You know, one thing you don't have on the console version, I could have sworn that you have on the PC version, you always have a persistent compass, or at least you can bring up a compass on your heads-up display. I don't see one here. But okay. All right, so let's see. Do we have any major complaints now? Nope. No power complaints. No water complaints. Garbage complaints all seem to have gone away. So I think that means we hit a brief spot of equilibrium. Woohoo! Let's see. Lone Star says, "Are one of your drain pumps turned off?" Yeah. Yeah, we turned one off because at a certain point, let me pause it and take a look at that now that you mention it. Because we were actually over capacity. I had built 3 when I really didn't need 3. And when I looked at my capacity, we were way overproducing, so I shut it off. Let me see. Here. Where is it? No, it's underwater, right? Okay, so treatment is actually back in the yellow. I can probably turn that one back on now because we were under capacity. But since we just built out a whole bunch of new residential, it probably makes sense for us to turn that pump back on again. Although that's going to probably just, you know, exacerbate our problem with pollution in the harbor here. But I don't think we have a choice at the moment, so let's turn that back on. Alright, so I'm going to save here. And I'm also, at this moment, I'm going to take a quick break, folks. Because my handy-dandy break timer that I have a bad habit of always ignoring went off probably about 20 minutes ago and I didn't honor it. So I'm going to take a quick break. And I'll be back very shortly. And I want to say thanks to you folks for hanging out with me tonight. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. And we'll be back very shortly. Thanks a lot. Alright, so we just placed our newest schools. So in the meantime, one other thing I didn't realize I had an option for was we can start building incineration plants. Which means I probably didn't have to start placing that new landfill I had. And something tells me I should probably rip it up and start over, quite honestly. Instead, what we can do is we can ship the garbage from our landfills to the incinerators, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the incinerators will turn basically trash into power. I believe they generate electricity. Yeah, power output 12 megawatts. So instead of collecting garbage, burn it and turn it into electricity through the power of steam turbines. So that probably would have been a much smarter investment than me building yet another landfill. Oh, you're welcome, Daffys. So let's see. These cost $30K to build. We do have some budget. Let's see if we can place a couple of them. Let's see. Where can I put them? Fill it here. Here, their grading is kind of too too severe. I can't really handle that. I could put them up right here next to our existing power plant, I guess. That would almost make sense. Tell you what, let's place one here, just for science, and see how it goes. Oops. Let's see, not operating. Do I need to turn power on? I mean, does it have electricity, rather? Yeah, it's in the electrical zone. Should have coverage. Does it need water? No, it's covered by water. Should be okay. I don't know if it needs water, though. Is there a way for me to tell? I don't know, is Lone Star still hanging out? Just wondering if you could give me a clue about how these things work. Let's see.
You to trust us with your money, because it's with your money that we can make you more money. How? It's not money business, it's money business. You give your money to us and it will grow with it.
You know what, I cut this one off
Maybe that's too
from emptying.
Imagine planting a money tree.
Maybe I should let it finish and get away from the incinerator.
Imagine if you had a money pet.
Yeah, see, it's falling up really quick. I need to start it.
Adjusting it would. Okay. You want to go money fishing, so you use a little money.
So we'll let that run.
Just come in and talk to us. We have even more metaphors that allow us
See how we
to
make out
say what we
with
really do
the other
with your
one in
money.
service.
Van Hammer Bank. Feed the money monster.
Alright, let's see. Are our schools up and running yet?
I really like being a radio host. But if I could change one thing, it would probably
Wow. That one, that's our brand new elementary school. It's already at capacity. Almost at capacity. 240 to 300, okay.
there was a big chat room or a bunch of
And the high school, 610 out of 1,000.
Listen closely.
So yeah,
It's the sound of refreshment.
that was what I call pent-up
Soda
demand.
refreshment. Pop soda.
We might need
Belch
another
the
elementary
best.
school, to be honest.
Carb up with yakisoba.
But before I
Masters.
kind of go down that rabbit hole, I had the idea earlier that I need to extend the bus route, so let me take a look at that.
To wedding noodles, all the way to those most final of noodles. Every occasion has a noodle at yakisoba, so experience
Yeah, I've got to get some
something
transit into this
Yakisoba.
section, at least down this drag to where our two new schools are.
Hey listeners, you're tuned in to Cities Radio, where we've got the best music from anywhere in the world. It's actually really crazy if you think about it. How can we afford it?
And from what I understand from watching some other YouTube videos, as long as you kind of give your bus routes some overlap, your sim citizens will transfer from line to line to get to where they want to go. They will do transit transfers. So, like for example, here's a block where both green and red bus lines overlap. Man, look at that line is busy. Look at all those people waiting. Wow. So there's the green line pulling up, because the buses are the same color as the route lines that you lay down. And they are bum rushing that sucker. Look at that. whole lot of people got off. A lot of people still waiting though. Most of the I guess most of the rest of the people are waiting for that, what was it, the red line? No, they're all waiting for the green line there. The red line stop is the block below. I'm starting to think the red line doesn't have enough capacity. That's a big crowd. Why do I have so many people waiting? Some people are even taking taxis. There's I believe that's a taxi that just left. That stopped. You know what? I think I need to up my transit budget a little bit. That's. I don't think I have enough lines running. So let me take a look at that. I'm gonna increase that to 125. Need more funding for buses. Yeah, I just came to the same conclusion, Lone Star. Yeah, I think we just don't have enough lines running. Enough buses on the lines, rather. Look at that. I feel guilty, man. Gee whiz, hang on a second. So let me see. If I inspect that bus, how many people... Is that bus full to capacity? No, 70... Oh, 70... No, yeah, it is. 30 of 30 passengers. Distance traveled, 74%. Yeah, that line is to capacity. Or that bus is to capacity. Let's take a look at some of these other ones. So there's a red line bus. How are they doing? 10 of 30 passengers. So here's my blue line. What's he doing? Nobody's on that one. Where's he going? That's his next stop. Oh, that's right. The blue line mainly serves the original residential and commercial. Nobody's on that bus right now. What about the one in front of him? Anybody on that one? He's half full. Okay. So the blue line is kind of, seems like by contrast underutilized. The green line is like jumping. Yeah. Let's see. The green line goes into my new residential section. Or at least what was my new residential section until I just built the new section. There's another green line. Where's he? What's on his? How many he's got? Yeah, that green line is really busy. Just not enough people. Or not enough buses for the people. There's another one. Oops. Do that. Moderately full. Okay. Alright, I think that answers my other question. I was trying to figure whether I wanted to extend the green line or just lay down a whole nother line. But I don't think the green line can be extended. It seems like it's pretty much operating at capacity. Alright, let me think. Huh, some interesting metrics here. I never saw this before. How does this work? Let's see. Delete the line? No. Active time. What does that mean? Day and night. Oh, okay. It means it either runs day or night or both. Okay. That's interesting. View vehicles and stops. Vehicle count modifier. What does that even mean? Line color, map. Let's see, what can I learn here? Yeah. I don't quite know how to read this. What is this telling me? I'm sure this is something very useful, but for some reason my brain is just not figuring it out right now. Okay, so I'm guessing the number on the bottom is telling me how many passengers are waiting at each stop. And then at the top is telling me how many buses I have and how many people they're currently carrying. Stop. I'm looking at something. Okay. I think that's what that means, but I don't know how to use it. What does this tell me? So that's telling me that's the busiest stop. What is this stop? That's the second busiest stop. So that one's at the elementary school. This really busy stop is kind of, I don't know, the middle of our, what is that, our commercial district. But I guess that's busy because this is a changeover with the red line, I guess? And then, what else do we have? Okay, that one's at the elementary school. What's this third one? This third one is kind of, that's next to the cemetery. Oh, that's interesting. So that bus stop near our cemetery here is the third busiest stop on the route. I don't know what that says about our city, that our next busiest stop is next to the cemetery. Although it could mean that that's the closest stop to, because next to the cemetery we have a dog park. I put a dog park in here on our last stream. Maybe that's busy just because it's close to the dog park, not necessarily the cemetery. Alright. And the rest of the stops are pretty underutilized, it looks like. Alright. That's interesting. So, let's look at one of the other ones, see what else we can learn. So here's the red line, which kind of runs up and down the main drag. A lot of depressed people? Yeah, probably so, Daffies. Well, they're going to be really depressed when we hit our first death wave. I mean, that's the thing that happens as your city matures. You just, you know, kind of, population comes in one wave as you build up sections, and then they go out as they age off, in one wave, and you end up with what they call death waves. I mean, so far I've only got one cemetery for the entire city, and I'm going to need more as time goes on, but yeah, so that's one of the depressing things that they model in this game, but, I guess that's part of life, too. Alright, so the red line is, I put it in for convenience, but it's not really being used that heavily. Let's take a look what else we got. The blue line we looked at. Alright, so here's our busiest stop here. Kind of right at the doorstep to our industrial zone. And then our next busiest stop is the we kind of have a transfer stop between the yellow and the blue lines. Or actually, that is the busiest one. And what's this other one here? So this one is kind of at the bottom of our original residential section, which is right across the street from our original commercial section. It's actually next to a police station too. It's our first police station here. Alright, so that seems to be used pretty heavily. And our fourth bus line was the industrial zone. What's the busiest stop here? Oh, that's good news. Our busiest stop here is in the main stop at our forestry area. So I guess people are using the bus to come to work. That's good. And after that, what? Then the transfer point with the blue line. Okay. And then there's another one here, which is kind of across the street from, I believe, we have a police station here? I think I put a police station there. No, I put a medical clinic here. There's a medical clinic in this intersection. That's this one. Right in the heart of our industrial. Okay. Alright, so that's interesting. Remember to add lots of parks. Okay. Yeah, I only have a couple so far. I put one... Let me pause for a second. So what I did was I put one... There's only a handful, so... When I built out the secondary residential area here, I put a park... If I can find it. Oh, here it is. I put a park here. That was the first park I put in the whole city. I named it Elbow Park. I don't think I named it. Or maybe I did that. Then, when I built out this residential area here, I put in this bouncy castle park, which... I mean, they get, like, mad happiness, you know, from the bouncy castle park. I don't get why that makes them so happy, but I put that in, and happiness, like, spiked. So that was kind of a big deal to them anyway. And then, like I said, I put in, I put in this dog park. Visitors last week, 86, tourists 5. Oh, okay, I didn't realize we had, tourist statistics for those. And the cemetery is way under capacity. So far, yeah, for our little town of what, 7,000 people now. So far, that one cemetery seems to be doing a trick. So okay. Parks help. Lone Star says parks help upgrade buildings and makes people happy. Oh, they add to building upgrades too. Okay. Cool. So based on that, oh, you know what? You know where we don't have a park? Kind of our farm workers village here. We don't have a park. Oh man, my residential's starting to spike again. I think I should build this section out a little more. But, yeah, I think maybe I should put a park up here for them. I mean, they can't be all work and no play, right? I mean, I built this village just to support my farm, but, yeah, they need something fun to do down here, too. So, you know what? On that note, let me drop a park up in this area just to... reward them for all their hard work and making the city so much money on forestry. Large playground. Park with trees. And I'm wondering, Lone Star, now if it makes sense for me to kind of lift the now that the forestry industry is going good now. I wonder if it makes sense for me to lift the back to what is it called, back to school, or not? No, schools out. If it makes sense for me to lift the schools out policy for this area now. What do you think about that? Or is that something that once you set it, you're better off just leaving it in place like forever? I don't know how that works. Oh, what is this? Botanical Gardens. That looks fancy. $15,000 construction, $240 a week upkeep, no noise pollution. Nice. Visitor capacity 225. What does that even look like? That's not too bad. It's not like humongous. Oh, labor demand starting to spike again. Look at that. Space are already occupied. Why? There's nothing there. Well, I could kind of squeeze it here, like. Space already occupied. Why do I keep saying that? I don't know if that's a good spot for it. Let me think about it. What are they complaining about down here? What is that? Building has reached its max level. Congratulations. Okay. Not enough educated workers. Oh, okay. So it's a supermarket, but they want more educated workers? In a supermarket? That's kind of weird. It's also a weird looking supermarket. That's the most vertical supermarket I've ever seen. Doesn't look like a supermarket to me. Alright, well, whatever. Alright, so let me think for a second. Let's see, parks. I still think, yeah. To Lone Star, to your suggestion, Lone Star, I think we should put in a park down here somewhere. Yay.
The only morning show featuring DJ Jimmy Fries and a 4-year-old quarter horse.
Lone Star, I asked you a question a minute ago. I think you missed it, and now I forgot what my question was.
Coming here from Studio 2. Oh, whoa! Looks like someone's horsing around. Okay. Easy, boy.
Let's see, Parks and Recreation.
Play your favorite hits, give out great prizes, and laugh their way.
Let's see, we have a dog park. Japanese garden. What's that?
Stable entertainment only on Cities Radio.
It's cheap, whatever it is. $2,500 to construct, 40 upkeep a week, no noise pollution. What does that look like? Oh, that's small.
I have a question for you guys. Do you ever wonder how the mailman
Oh, you know what?
mail to the whole city every day? And what about when the mail
That might fit nice in this little area that I had been reserving for more. I didn't know what.
See why stamps are so expensive. Anyway, if you're listening, mailman, this one's for you.
We all want to be prepared. We
This
all
could fit
want
next to
be
New
sure
High
that
School.
The people we leave behind don't think we're jerks.
This could fit
That's where
probably
final
even
insurance
back
comes
here
in.
where I kind of have this dead
We
space I don't
provide
quite
peace
know
of
what to do
mind
with.
For when you rest in peace. For a small monthly sum, you can spend your final
could do
years
that, I
knowing
guess.
that Final Insurance has everything taken care of.
Something like
Final
that.
Insurance, the last insurance you'll ever need.
Or maybe I can squeeze it in like in between the residentials down here somewhere. Let's see, does it show coverage? Unlike schools, this doesn't really show coverage. That's interesting. Alright, I don't have any room to put it down here. Oh, wait a minute. I see kind of like a green circle. It's kind of faint, but I can see it. Maybe that's the coverage. You know what? Let me go back to that. I was looking at that botanical garden. Does that have the same thing? Oh, it does. I can see it now. Wow, that circle is huge. Good lord. If I drop that in there, that's going to, like, make the entire suburb happy. Look at that. Oh, man, if I could fit it in there, that would be nice. That would be, like, right in the middle of my residential area. If I could fit it. I can't quite fit it. Damn it. I think I would have liked it right there, but yeah, I can't fit it there. Oh, well. Man, look at that happening soon. That would really, that would be like the second coming of Christmas for them. Oh, well. Well, the things you learn with your starter city, right? Alright, well, let's see. Maybe I can squeeze in a little cozy Japanese garden for our farm workers village here. Maybe that'll work. That might be enough to give them something nice to do. Actually, let me check something before I place that. Along that main road, do I have that zoned at all? Okay, good. I didn't zone like the zone immediate, the sections immediately adjacent to the street. So if I drop in the Japanese garden there, for example, I don't think it'll. I'm not wasting any space. Wait a minute, what's that building down there? Is that a police station? Yeah, it's a police station, okay. I don't know, should I put a park right next to a police station? I mean, I guess they probably don't care. I shouldn't overanalyze. How about right here? Actually, I think I like the idea of building this side of the street better. Although, do I get better residential coverage on this side of the street? Yeah, just a little bit. I'll put it right here. Alright, so we give those folks something to do on their days off. Of course, we'll never give them days off, Kappa. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Sanitation problems. Garbage is piled up. Okay, so let's see. First of all, is our kind of our little trash to steam plant here operating yet? Operating normally. Power output 12 megawatts, not bad. Garbage trucks in use 2 of 27. Okay, we should be able to do better than that, I would think. Let's see, what's our sanitation budget? Actually, before I do that, let me see. Where are we with these guys? 55% full. 54% full. They're empty. How's this one done? 43% full, but operating. How do I know if they're operating near capacity? Garbage reserves. I don't know if I'm reading it right. That looks to me like they're pretty much at capacity. Let's see. What else can I learn? Incineration status. Oh yeah, they're working too hard. So that's telling me that I need another incinerator. All right, well we got some budget. Let's give my neighbor. Check, make sure they have... I don't think they need water, but they have power. They got power. Let's see, water. I don't know if they need water, though. That's the thing. But you know what? On the chances they do, I'm going to go ahead and extend the water coverage. Don't have to go that far, really. Oh, they did need water. Yeah, because as soon as I placed them, they said, hey, we need water. So, okay, that answers that question. Alrighty. Alright, well that's good. I mean, there's not a lot of complaints going on in the city right now. I'll take this moment to put a quick save point in. Alright, and the next thing I want to do is, while we have some budget, and we're operating with a nice surplus, is I want to see about unlocking the next areas. So right now we only own 2 tiles. It's the original tile that has the main city, and then we bought the other tile, which is, well, I think we figured out that's to the west. Because we needed water. The next tile I probably want to buy. Thanks. Go back. Is let's see. Mozart says, at least you don't need heated pipes. Yeah. Yeah, those winter cities, yeah. You're right. Alright, let me see. Whoops. That was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. What I was trying to do was highlight that tile there, but somehow I brought the tile to the east by accident. Crap, I didn't want to do that. I might roll back to my save point. I did not intend to do that. That was an accident. But that also tells us how close are we to that body of water that's in this area. it's dark now. It's kind of hard to see, but I think if I, let me see, maybe I can see more if I go. Oh, there it is. We can kind of see it there. Or what I could do probably is just this. There it is. So even if I kept this tile that I just accidentally bought to the east, I still can't reach that body of water. I got to buy 2 more tiles going that way to reach that body of water. So that's not going to help us. But what I do want to do is buy this tile to the south, because that's where I want to start extending along the highway there and start building up a downtown area. All right, so I'm gonna back here. I'm gonna load that save game because I didn't mean to buy that tile. That was an accident. I was just trying to get it to highlight so I could see, you know, the information about it. But somehow I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. So 2 owned, 2 available. So how do I... Oh, there it is. That's what I was trying to do before. I was trying to get focus on the next tile, and I was screwing it up some kind of way. So I could buy this one, this one. These 2 are kind of useless except for further access to water. I think this one is completely water, isn't it? Yeah, that's totally in the ocean. I'm not sure why I would buy that tower. I do want to buy this one, though, so I think we should just go ahead and do it. But before I do that, let me look at the resources that are available there. So I have a connection to the main highway, right? I get a railroad connection there, which I don't have on any of my existing tiles. Or any other tile, really. So I think I have to buy that tile no matter what. Otherwise, I'll never have a railroad connection to the outside. There's no water there. Lone Star says railroad is good for bringing visitors and tourists. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I noticed last time I streamed this map, that was the only way I could get connection to the railroad. And I was mainly thinking of railroad for connection to my industrial area in, you know, my current tile. Because other than that, I have no railroad connections anywhere on the map. Alright, so let's see. 99% suitability for building. And purchase price is $7,300. It's the most expensive tile left available to me, but I guess it should be because it's got all the good connections. Let me see. Natural resources. What is that? I'm not sure I know what all the other natural resource icons are there. One looks like forestry. I'm not sure what the other green one is. But whatever that other green one is, it's like really, really high. And you can export goods from industry, right? Okay. Alright, well, I'm just going to buy it. Alright, so there's our new tile. Fertile land for farming. Oh, farming, okay. So it's farming and forestry, that's right, I forgot. Which is unfortunate because I did have some fertile farming land on, where is that? In this area. But unfortunately, I kind of had to use it up for when I had basically our residential demand spike, which, as we can see, is spiking again very quickly. You know what? What is our next milestone also, by the way? I'm curious. Population 7,500 plus, and how do I know what my milestones are? Next milestone is 8,500. So we're less than 1,000 away from the next milestone. That's cool. Also, I probably should start thinking about, now that I'm thinking about a downtown area, I should probably also start thinking about where the university needs to go. Back to lurk? Okay, Lone Star. Enjoy. Alright, so let me see. Before I start doing too much with that. I've been streaming about 2.5 hours. How big is the university? How much of a footprint does it need? Not that I would put it up here, but I'm just for relative sizing. So it's a very similar footprint to the high school, but also, what's a noise footprint? So 0 noise pollution. That's okay. For some reason, I thought schools would be noisy, but obviously not. I mean, I guess they shouldn't be, because with elementary and high schools, at least, you know, you put those in residential areas for, you know, convenience of your residents. So I guess they can't be too noisy. All right. Oh wait, what's going on here? We got an abandoned building. Alright, well, let's bulldoze that and we'll see if somebody else...
The Brontosaurus. Gentle and graceful giant.
See if somebody else builds up
Gazing
and
off the lush vegetation of the
revitalizes that building
Their
there.
mere existence
Or that business anyway.
transformed the landscape.
Also, let's
and
take a
made
look at our
lasting impact.
new Japanese garden and see
That dino oil is
how the folks is liking it.
by using their eons old dead
Visitors last week, 13, no tourists. Okay.
making it the
Well, it's being used anyway.
recycling there is. Dino oil. Embrace the power.
And let me see, did we place another building? Oh no, you know what, I was thinking about placing a botanical garden, but I never did.
Doing so many interesting things.
Let's see.
Driving, working, riding a bike, painting,
What else we got that
eating
we
a
can
sandwich.
use?
The city has a lot to offer.
Carousel
so
Park.
What do you do while you listen to Cities Radio? Drop me a line and let me know.
We already have a
In the
bouncy
meantime,
castle
let's play some more music.
park.
What does it feel
We
like
have
to drive
a small park.
What does it feel like to
No, I think we have a
steal
large
river?
park
What does it smell like to smell a mountain?
placed.
At Jubilee,
Or do we?
we're
Let me look,
committed to
instead of
letting
guessing.
you do the impossible. And now we've succeeded in letting you drive
The other park
the
that we have
undrivable.
is
The
a...
Jubilee Dementia. The car engineer
This
said
one is
shouldn't be
a,
made.
that's a small
Drive on
park.
today
Oh
and
god, that's
experience what
a
scientists
small
for
park? It's got a big
decades claimed
footprint.
was beyond the realm of
Geez,
safe
how big is the
driving.
big park then?
Jubilee. Be reasonable or be fast.
Alright, let's see, where's the other park?
Colossal ore. We are the leading
Park with
producer of
trees.
minerals, ore, and natural resources.
Large
which means
playground,
you're benefiting
okay.
from our services whether you know us or not. No matter what our critics say, at Colossal we care about our employees as well as our customers.
Let me
which
see,
is
what's the
why
footprint
we
on this
work
one?
so hard to get our miners back in the mines.
Oh, okay, it's
where
like
they feel at
almost-
home.
4 times the size of the small park.
Reunite minerals with the people who love them. Colossal ore. More than ore.
Alright.
Welcome back. This is Elle, playing you the best music around. Don't go away, because I'll be here pretty much all day.
Alright, so I was thinking about putting in this botanical gardens originally. I wanted to put it like right here, but it just doesn't fit. Is there anywhere else I could put it in the residential area without bulldozing somebody? I could put it next to the high school, but I feel like it'll be wasted because it won't reach this section. Well, I don't know if that can be helped. And they do already have a bouncy castle and a small park down there, so maybe I just can't worry about them anymore. They already got theirs. We gotta give this section theirs now. Maybe... maybe I put it across the street from the high school, something like that. Before I do that, let me see about extending that street, because I would hate to place that building, then have to extend the street later, and then find out that I'd have to, you know, bulldoze the botanical gardens I just built. Just bring that out just a little bit. And botanical gardens. Whoops. Alright, but I'd rather have that turned. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of it facing the high school. I don't know why. Woohoo! Look at that. Alright. And let me see. Do they need utilities? Yes, probably so. I mean, it's the botanical gardens. I would say definitely so, right? Alright. Alright, so let's bring out a water main from here. That's kind of odd. It says 90 degrees, but it looks like it's running crooked. But I guess my streets aren't necessarily straight right there anyway. That's all right. Just eyeball it. Close enough. I'm just going to extend up here because I know I'm probably going to end up building up this way anyway. Yeah, I'll have to. Never mind. Let's just do that. And how's power? Okay, good. I don't have to extend power. They're getting connections from school. So it's probably good to put that right across the street. Saves me from running power lines. And what happened here? Another failed business. Looks like. Ah, the supermarket. It failed. The one that was looking for highly educated workers, unfortunately. Oh well. Thank you, Lone Star. I guess they were doomed anyway. I mean, who wants to shop at a vertical supermarket, right? I mean, what does that mean? You have to take shopping carts on the elevator, right? That's not a good design. Alright, so let's bulldoze that. Goodbye. The other thing is, I might unzone that tile. Yeah, because see that teeny little tile? I mean, do you really want anything built there other than like a small corner store? I don't know if that makes any sense. I think I'm unzoning that tile. Alright. What's that teeny little building there? Is that a house? Oh, it is. A house with 2 senior citizens. What about here? 2 adults, 2 seniors. 1 senior living alone. Oh, so sad. Alrighty, anyway, so let me save here real quick. But yeah, I think I definitely have to start giving some thought to where I can put my university. Alright, so how's our botanical gardens doing now? Operating normally, no visitors yet. Oh, it looks nice. I mean, they might be closed, though. I mean, it is nighttime, right? It's, Oh, we don't have a clock. I thought we had a clock. We just have a date. Also, how's our high school doing? 939 of 1,000 students. Good lord, they filled that sucker up quick. High school students in the city, 1,795. What about the other high school? 856 out of 1,000. God. I don't know, Lone Star. I mean, you got a nice-sized city. Does it feel like you're always behind? I mean, my city's still just a small village. I mean, we just bought some real estate here and here, but I mean, this is a little. I'm still, running a little hick town here. I mean, man, I feel like I'm constantly behind. But I don't know. Maybe that's just how it is. Alrighty, so now that we have access to a highway, I think it's time for us to start thinking about where we're going to put in the legit downtown area. So the first thing I think, from what I've seen, watching playthroughs on YouTube and whatnot, is you have to start thinking about where the main downtown area is going to be, and then you need an interchange off the main highway to support that. Lone Star says population's coming along nicely. Oh, okay. All right, so it looks normal, in other words, then, is what you're saying. I hope so anyway, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm still learning. How do I turn this? I know you can oh, wait a minute. There's the icon. Oh, wait. I already have an interchange here. I might not need to build another one. Okay, I don't need to build another interchange. There's one right here. This is the same interchange. And this connects to... Let me unpause that. I have a bad habit of pausing things too much. Instead of letting it just run and make us money. Boy, that highway's busy too. So these are 3-lane highways. Oh, you already named Sabrina Highway and Parker Highway. Okay. Let me see. While I'm thinking about it, I'm curious about... Well, at least we have happy citizens. Look at that. That's good. Let me see. What was I thinking of? Highway utilization is what I was really thinking of. Traffic. There it is. Alright, so... Our traffic is not horrible. I mean, we got a lot of congestion in the industrial area. But it is moving. I mean, it doesn't look like a disaster. I mean, the traffic circle is showing red, but it looks to me like it's moving okay. Oh, wait, the off-ramp into industrial is starting to back up. That's new. I don't remember that being quite so bad before. But I think that's telling me that our forestry is really starting to kick up. And we got a lot of traffic, it looks like, ready to come into that area. Maybe I should give them a separate ramp. If they want to go kind of up into this area. I have to think about that a little bit. I mean, I don't think it's a disaster right now, but obviously it's not. It's just not optimal. But other than that, let's see. So our new area here, that off-ramp is pretty busy. Also, while I'm thinking about it, okay, so the yellow is our fertile land for farming. We never did set up a farm. I wanted to, but we never did. But now that I bought this tile to the south, maybe I can use some of this area for farming. And give this kind of worker village here some options. Not just to work in forestry, but maybe some of them can go working in farming. Because all that nice, rich yellow area, some of which I wasted here, but I didn't have a choice at the moment. Oh, somebody's happy there about something. What was that? I saw a little happiness burst. Oh no, that was a building level up. Never mind. I mean, I could maybe do some more forestry here. It might not be that dense. It might not be worth it. Alright, but in any case, what I'm looking for up here is I need to start building a downtown area off the highway. So that's my next project. High density commercial and residential. Although it looks like we have another nice rich forestry patch here as well that we could exploit. But I really need to start building my downtown, so... Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be doing much farming, because I think this section here is where I'm going to start the downtown area. So I just have to design to our buddy King's question earlier. Where do you start? Everything starts with roads, so I got to think about how to start laying out kind of the road pattern for building a downtown section. And then start zoning high density and watch what happens. Let's see. So folks, I think I'm actually, before I start getting out the bulldozers and the hard hats, I think I'm actually going to wrap the stream. We got a few nice things accomplished today. We built out some more residential, even though our residential is starting to spike again. We stabilized our forestry industry and got that going. Pretty good, I think. Oh wow, land value's looking pretty good down here. Look at that. That's not bad. So I guess we're doing something right in that area. We kind of postponed, our water supply Armageddon with relocation of these pumps, and we put in some water towers. Where did I put the water towers in? Which I still don't understand how water towers work. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, we put one in here in this residential section, one here in that residential section, and one up here kind of at the mouth to our industrial section. So that's not too bad. Let's see, water availability is pretty high right now according to that graph. We did reactivate our third sewage treatment pump. So that's kind of a mixed bag, because that means we're meeting capacity, we're meeting demand in terms of what our residents need, but the downside of it is I'm still polluting the hell out of this harbor, man, which totally breaks my heart. I mean, because this is the original section that I started building the city on. This is our waterfront. And all I have is this dream to kind of reclaim the waterfront and put in like recreational piers and, cruise ships coming in and, all kinds of fun stuff going on there. And, this thing is just polluted, man. I need to find someplace else to do, sewage treatment. So until I can figure that out, this is, I'm not really meeting the dream here, man. I'm just polluting this beautiful harbor. So that kind of sucks. I know, right, Daffy's? It's just kind of... I think I say that every weekend, right? Every weekend that I stream this, anyway. But all I want to do is reclaim the harbor, and all I keep doing is not finding a way to do it. It's kind of depressing. The other thing I got to think about, and it just occurred to me, I didn't think about it until just now, is at some point I'm going to have to create an airport. I didn't think about it until just now. I mean, that's another way to bring in tourists. Daffy says, I ain't swimming in that. Man, you and me both, man. I wouldn't ask my worst enemy to swim in that. That's just... Let me get out of that view. That's just depressing.
The wait is over. It's finally here. Friday night chili bowling at Andy's Bowling Alley. Every Friday night, anyone who buys at least 2 games
but yeah,
of
at some
bowling
point
gets a
I gotta
free
add an
bowl of
airport.
chili. So don't wait. Book a lane now.
Let me see, do I actually have access to the airport yet? Is that one of the things I can do yet? Oh, that's right. And I have to remember that we have access to a metro system now, so I can do that. What is that? Oh, it's our taxi stand. We do have a taxi company operating. I should probably peek in on them and see if they're doing okay. We have a bus depot. Bus station. I don't think I've placed a bus station yet. What is that? Bus station is a hub for traffic. It acts as a designated place where a bus or coach starts or ends its scheduled route. I thought, wait a minute, what is this one then? That's a bus depot. Automatically sends out buses for your bus lines. Build lines with the bus stop tool. Okay. Wait a minute, so I think I have a bus depot, but I don't think I have a bus... What was the other one? I forgot that quick. I put a depot here, if I remember correctly. Kind of right next to the traffic circle. Yeah, there's my depot. sure I'm clear on the distinction between that and a bus. What is it called again? A bus station. Lone Star, if you're still hanging out, do you know the usefulness of a bus station versus a bus depot? How big is it also? Oh god, that thing is huge. Good lord. That thing is monstrous, my god. Okay, well, I can't say I not only don't know what to do with it, but I wouldn't know where to put it. Man, that thing is. All right, well, I have to do some homework on that and try to figure out what that's for and how it can be useful to me. Depot is where they park overnight and repair, etc. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's what it says, right? Okay. Versus a station. Where it starts or ends its scheduled route. Okay. I'm still not clear on what that means, I guess. It's also noisy, but I guess it would be. The thing is colossal. Routes, etc. Do you have bus stops? Yeah. Yeah, we have bus stops all over the place. For example, we have 4 bus routes right now. So we have a yellow route that kind of runs through our industrial area here. The blue route that kind of runs down through this residential section and connects to the yellow route. We have a green route that kind of serves this residential area. I really need to extend another set of routes to cover this residential area. And then we have a red route that kind of goes, well, I kind of thought of that as north to south, but, well, I guess it is north to south, never mind. And there's some overlap between each one so that, you know, passengers can transfer from route to route. And I need to add a 5th one because I really have to start serving this new residential area. I was thinking about extending the green route, but I think we figured out that the green route is already the busiest route we have. Looks good. Thanks, Steffies. So I don't want to overtax the one route. I think what I really want to do is just add a new route into this area and just have it overlap with the green route so that they can transfer where necessary. But with the last population milestone, we unlocked subways, so we can build. They don't call it subways; they call it metro. So we can unlock. We can start placing the metro stations, and start building in. Actually, I can't because the metro line tool is not unlocked yet. Never mind. Oh well. I guess with the next milestone, maybe we can do that. And the other thing we do have is, let's see if I can find it. We have taxi service, but I don't know how to show it. Let me see. Is it here? No, that's a store. That's our bus depot. I thought we put in a... Or am I wrong? I thought we put in... Matter of fact, I'm positive we did. We put in a taxi company. That's a med clinic. Where did I put in the taxi company? I know I put in a taxi service. I just don't know where it is. thought I put it in like right up here, near the bus depot. Hang on a second. Maybe I can find a taxi and maybe I can trace him to where he's got to go. You know? I guess that means my city's really starting to grow if I'm losing track of where things are now. Well, it's in here somewhere. I mean, I'll have to refresh my memory offline. But I know I have a taxi. I have taxis basically running around the city. Because I remember doing a follow on a taxi one time, and I followed somebody who called the taxi. Taxi picked her up from her house and then drove her to her job at one of these waterfront shops, which I thought was kind of cool. But I don't know where the taxi stand is. Wow, I guess that forest industry is actually planting new trees. Look at that. That's like greener than it was before. They're doing pretty good. I might have to add some more zoning up there soon. All right. Now I'm annoyed because I can't figure out where my taxi company is. Let me look. There's got to be something on the info view for that. There's got to be. Plain and simple. There's got to be something for that. There's like 1 million views and stats here. Hang on a second. Maybe if I click Taxi Depot. Okay, that's what it looks like at least. Where is it? That's the question. Oh, it's right. $0 per week, it said. Yeah, I saw that. That's definitely a bus depot. It's not a taxi depot. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I didn't place it. Or maybe I placed it and didn't save it? Which would be really stupid, but I mean that wouldn't be beyond my that wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility of something I would do. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Oh, it's really tiny. I mean, that's clearly something I could place and lose. But no, I think you're right, Daffy. It says 0 per week. That tells me it's not running. I think I must have placed it playing offline or something and then just didn't save it. Something like that. Alright, tell you what. Let's place it now. I need a good place for it. Where should it be? Where could it be? Welcome back, Lone Star. Maybe it was the abandoned one. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. They're in chart. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, because the ones I bulldozed, I remember specifically looking at them to see what they said. One was, what did I bulldoze? I bulldozed a supermarket and a forestry company. I don't think I bulldozed anything else. Oh, wait. Wow, I've got another full landfill already. Oh, man. Let's see. Can I put any of these back in service yet? 23%. 25%. Alright, you go back in service. Start emptying this one. You go back in service too. Alright. Oh, Lone Star, now that you're back, I had a question for you. I have, not that one. I have a bus depot already assigned. It's kind of like right here. But I notice I unlocked this bus station, which is kind of like twice the size. But I don't fully understand what the difference is between how they're used. I mean, it says this is a designated place where a bus or coach starts or ends its scheduled route. As opposed to this one says automatically sends out buses for your lines. I'm not sure I fully understand what they are. If you can, I mean, if you use, buses, I mean, how do you use them? Kind of confusing to me. Let's see. In the meantime, I need a taxi stand or a taxi company or whatever. Taxi depot. Alright, let's see. Noise pollution 100. It's noisy. So I don't want it too close to residential. Wait, I got some real estate here that's not being used. What do I have there? Is that my fire station? I think that's my fire station. Hello, Bassmaster 1619. How you doing? I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. And thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's see. This is, that's my fire station. Okay. You know, I didn't realize I don't have anything built on the side of the street. I didn't realize that. Alright, so let's place the cab stand or the cab depot from Ken. Yeah, it looks like we could build it right here. But you know what, before I do that, because I'm never satisfied, I guess. Let's see if I can level out that area a little bit. So first you place, how does that work? You place the target. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Hang on a second. Is that the tool I want? Shift terrain, level terrain. Use X to pick a height, then use A to paint the chosen height. Oh, okay. X to pick a height. Whoa, don't do that. Hang on. X to pick a height. I want it to pretty much be this height. And then Y to paint the height. Is that what it said? A to paint the height. Okay. Try that one more time. What am I trying to make? I'm gonna actually put in a bus depot on this block. Kind of, not a bus depot, a taxi depot. But it was a real steep grade kind of coming off the road, and I just wanted to level this at the same level as I kind of have my fire station right here. And I'm kind of screwing up usage of the level tool here. So, X to pick a height, A to paint the height. Okay, so X, then A. X, then A. Ah, that's better. That looks a little better. A little bit better, a little bit better, all right. And I'm also very soon going to figure out what to do with my soil surplus here. All right, that's good enough. That looks a little better than what I had. Landslide. Not to mention, I think I just gave all the kids in my city a pretty dangerous place to go snowboarding. All right, so taxi depot. And there it is. And I'm still surprised I didn't have a taxi depot before. I don't fully understand that. I'm not even sure that's the best place for it. I might move it, actually. Let me see something. Because I think originally I was looking to do something on this center median. But it seemed like it was having problems with road access or something. I don't know. I didn't fully understand. Yeah, actually, the more I think about it, the less I like where I just put that thing. Man, that street's starting to get really busy coming in and out of there. I might sorry, been kind of in and out. No problem, Lone Star. I've kind of been streaming longer than I had planned to anyway. And it's getting kind of late as it is. But you know how it is. You start getting caught up in Cities Skylines, you just can't stop doing stuff, right? Yeah, we're 3 hours in. I'm going to wrap soon. You need bus depot supplies, buses. I have a bus depot. What my question is what the bus... What's the other one? Because my bus depot is right here. So that's running. I thought I had a taxi depot right next to it, but it turns out I didn't. So that's why I just placed one. I think I placed one like playing offline, but I forgot to save it. I'm losing my question. Oh, the bus station is a place where multiple bus lines can have a stop at a single point. Easier for people to catch a bus. Okay. So let me take a look at that. Oh, that's Texas. That, yeah, that's the one I was asking about. Okay, so it's like a hub. A hub for bus traffic, that's what it says. Okay. Yeah, but I looked at that sucker. I mean, look at it compared to the size of the depot. I mean, that thing is... I mean, that thing looks like they should be building, like, space shuttles in it or something. It's huge. So... I mean, I can't think of any place in my original little town here where this would actually fit. This seems like something you would put in a larger metro area. Maybe when I start building out the downtown. Okay, but that, I guess that answers my question. So it sounds to me like the difference is the bus depot is for passengers. It's a big passenger terminal. But or the bus station rather. Or where the bus depot is... I guess for maintenance? It's an operating center? Operations center? That's what it sounds like the difference is to me. The bus station could be built in the middle of a downtown area. Okay. Bus depot supplies buses to the lines. Right, got that. And all the routes from around the city can come to it. Okay. Sort of a central point of start-stop. Okay. Alright, so... Yeah, it doesn't sound like I have basically room in a small city like this to do that. So I don't think I'll bother. But when I start building the downtown area down here, then I'll have to look for a place to put one, I guess. Sounds like. Alright. So I'm going to save here. And I think that's going to be it for me, folks. Yeah, I always enjoy myself when I get into Cities Skylines, but I always feel like I never have enough time to accomplish everything I want to do, you know? Seems like it takes a long time. I mean, and I've seen, like, experienced, you know, streamers playing Cities Skylines where they'll they'll start up a city, you know, in the middle of the afternoon, and then I'll come back in about, you know, 4 hours, you know, 4 to 6 hours later, and they got this huge, you know, sprawling metro with like 500,000 people already, and I'm like, I've been streaming this thing for weeks, and I've got what, 7,000 people. So it's taken me forever, I guess, to really learn how to be good at it, but learning is the point. So, all right, folks. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for me, folks. I'm gonna wrap the stream here. All right, thanks, Daffies. Thanks for the reminder. Appreciate it. And everybody else, have a great night and take care.